Okay, so good evening. The cantor had shoulder surgery this morning. I spoke to him a couple hours ago. He said he will not be playing guitar anytime soon, but he is, everything went well. So good news. And I said, you know what, it's okay because as we see, the sun is starting to get lower. And once we get out of daylight savings time, we'll drop the guitar for a bit. So you will have time to recover. Let's see. But it is wonderful to see you this evening. We'll start on page 14 with Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman, Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman, Meshok Avtach, Eretz Onach, Meshok Avtach, Yalalaya Eretz Onach, Yarutz Avtach, Kemoyal, Ishtachaveh Reveal yourself, beloved, for the world to see, and shelter us in peace beneath your canopy. Illumine all creation, lighting up the earth, and we shall celebrate you in choruses of mirth. The time, my love, is now. Rush, be quick, be bold. Let your favor grace us in the spirit of days of old. So we're on page 15. Shana akut betor omam toev levavhem vehem lo yadu derachai asher nishbati v'yapi im yevon el menuchati. So if you're able, on page 16, we'll sing together. If not, Laila Lai works pretty well. Shir l'Adonai, shir chadash, shir l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shir l'Adonai, baruch shemaho, basar mi'olei yom yeshuato, saper v'kayim, kevodaho b'chol ha'amim nifrotav, ki gadol Adonai, v'od alameyon, norahu, ברעדות קודש חילו מפניו כל הארץ אמרו בגויים אדוני מלך אף תיכון תבל ואל תימות ידין עמים במישרים ישמעו השמיים ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלואו יעלה שדי וכל אשר בו אז ירננו כל עצי ההר לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ לשפוט תבל בצדק ויאמין באמונתו ילאי 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 Page 17. Now what we're doing each week is we have 7 Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat. We can connect them to the days that we have lived this week. And I know this week, each week has felt like, or each day has felt like a year. It's been a very long week. So it is a blessing to be together this Shabbat and to pray for justice, to pray for peace, to pray for hope. Page 17, the 97th Psalm. Adonai malach tagel haaretz yisrael ravim v'nanu yisrael. Shama v'tismak Tzion v'tagelna v'nadeuna leman mishpatecha Adonai ki ata Adonai Elyon HaKol Haaretz me'on aleita al kol Elohim Adonai Sinuram Shomer nafshot asitam Bayad rashim yatzilem Zaru al atzadik Selev simcha Timtzu tzadikim b'Adonai Ve'odu lezeker kodsho. And again, page 18 offers us a time to sing together, whether the words or the symbols of our hearts. Mizmor shir Adonai, shir chadash, ki niflaot asa, shir lo yamin ozo, katodia Adonai Yeshuato. Tzidkato, Zachar Ato ve'emunato, ve'beit Yisrael ra'u kol artzei haaretz, et Yeshuat Eloheinu hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz yitzu v'zamu v'zameru zamu l'Adonai b'chino Kozim Ram Bechatzot Rohat V'kol Shofar Hariu Livnei HaMelech Adonai Hiram Hayam U'Meloho Tevel V'Yosmeva Ne'aharotim Ha'uchav Yachad Harim Yeranenu Livnei Adonai Kiva Yishpot Tevel B'tzedek Page 19, we'll read responsively. Adonai is sovereign, nations tremble. God is enthroned on high, the very earth quivers. Adonai is great in Zion. A sovereign, mighty, rules with a love of justice. You alone bring about equity, ordaining justice and compassion for the people of Jacob. Moses, Aaron, Samuel, God's chosen ones, called out to Adonai, who answered them in a pillar of cloud. You responded to them with compassion, even as you rebuked them for their offenses. I think, it seems sometimes in the secular world that people attain a certain level of influence and power and they are beyond judgment, that the law no longer applies to them. And our tradition is the opposite. The Jewish tradition says the higher the position you are in, the more that you have to be kept accountable. That when someone loses the trust of the community, a rabbi, a teacher, a prime minister, a president, a senator, they too must be held accountable. And even our greatest prophets, Moses, Aaron, and Samuel, were held accountable for what seemed like very minor offenses. But God said, if you are representing the people, then even the most minor of offense is a major offense for you. And it's a mindset that we could, I think, desperately use outside of the biblical world. So if you're able to rise, page 20. You may be seated. At the bottom of the page, I think we'll read this in English and then we'll sing in the first two lines together. God, whose mighty hand makes nations free, release all captives, hear our humble plea. Accept this plaintive song we offer you to praise and glorify your name. Preserve the righteous ones who seek you, who in love sing out your oneness. Guard and bless with your great goodness your people who revere your name. You, O God, who are alone exalted, turn to us, hearken to our prayer, our thoughts revealed, laid bare before you, as your dominion ever we proclaim.
Sagavenu tarenu nora Anna bekoach Gedulat mincha yemincha Tatzit ruach kaberinat amcha Sagavenu tarenu nora Anna bekoach Gedulat mincha Tatzit zerura Kaverina reinat amecha Sagavenu tarenu nora
So the last time that Cantor was out, I started a different melody of Lachadodi. So we're going to try it again. It's from Josh Warshawski. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name 100% right, but if you Google it, he's on YouTube. He has this. This is the second half melody, but I'm going to do it for both the first half and the second half, and also without the cantor here. We're doing all the verses.
Nikrat kala Bnai Shabbat Nekavela Lechadoti Nikrat kala Bnai Shabbat Nekavela Shemor v'zachor v'dibur echad Yishmi'anu el ha'meychad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shemo tiferet v'litila Lechadoti Nikrat kala Bnai Shabbat Nekavela Lechadoti Nikrat kala Bnai Shabbat Nekavela Nikrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshvati lach Lechadodi Nikrat kala Bnai Shabbat Nekavela Lechadodi Nikrat kala Bnai Shabbat Nekavela Mikdash melech Ir melucha kumitzehi Mitoch ha'pecha Rav lach shevet be'emek haba Hu yakavol alaychem la Lechadoti Nikrat kala Bnai Shabbat Nekavela Lechadoti Kabbalah. Hinari me'afar kumi, Livchi bigdei tifatecha mi. Hayad menishai beit alachmi, Karva el nafshi ge'ala, Lecha dodi, Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Hitori, kumi kiva ore, kumi ori. Ori, ori, shida beri, kivod Adonai, alayik nikla, lecha dodi, mikrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lo tivoshi v'lo tikami, ma tishtochachi u'ma tehemi. V'chechetzu aniyei ami v'nimneta iroti lam lecha Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Elim limshisa shosai v'rahaku kol mebalai. Yasis alaych Elohayis kimsos chatan al kala lecha dodi nikrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha dodi nikrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Yamin u'smol tifrotzi v'yet Adonai taritzi. Hayad ish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila lecha. We rise dodi, Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha tov toch olam, toch emunei am segula. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha dodi, Likrat kala b'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. You may be seated. So I do invite you to go on YouTube and hear it with a full, 4 or 5 part harmony with drums and guitar and piano. But it's nice like this too. So we turn now to the song for Shabbat, page 23. Mizmor shili yom HaShabbat, tov lehodol Adonai, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, לזמר לשמך עליון, לזמר לשמך עליון, להכיר בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בחינוך, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. צדיק אתה מה יפרע כרז ולמנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינון מסבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי ולא עולתו. Page 24. Adonai malach lavesh lavesh Adonai hoti tazar avtikon tevel baltimon. Mikol ad ma'im rabim adivim mishbereyam. Mikolon ma'im rabim adirim mishbereyam. Adir b'marom Adonai, adir b'marom Adonai, adir b'marom Adonai. Edotecha nenu me'ol levanav kodesh Adonai liorech yamim. If you are in the time of mourning, you can join with me and rise for Kaddish on page 24. Yitkadal v'yitkadash merabam, bi'almad yifrach rutei v'yamlech malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayet echol beit Yisrael, ba'agalat v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehesh merabam v'orach le'olam olomei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'rechu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nachamata, damaran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'yimromav, v'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Okay, now I switch spots. Do something a little different today. I don't have so many words. I'm going to read the names of all those who are held hostage right now and offer a prayer for their return. Aviv bat Daron, Avigail ben Smadar, Avninatan ben Ditza Tirza, Aviatar ben Yasmin, Avraham Gilad ben Liat, Avshalom ben Ruti,
Adar bat Daniela, Ophir Angel bat Joab Basharon, Ophir ben Rishel, Ophek ben Eli, Or ben Aviv, Or ben Sima, Or El ben Merav, Ori ben Enav, Oriel ben Naomi, Oriah bat Chani, Osher ben Rachel, Etan Avram ben Ephrat, Etan ben Hagit, Elon ben Idit, Elia bat Odel, Elia bat Batsheva, Eliyahu ben Chana, Eliyahu Yaakov ben Hadassah Adi, Elena bat Eugenia, Elisha bat Ludmila, Eliakim Shlomo ben Avishag, Alex ben Oksana, Elroy ben Iris, Amir ben Rachel, Amital ben Hafsi, Amnon Sari ben Sarah, Arta Aharon ben Menashe, Bachor Chai ben Hadas, Ben Zahava, Ben Nirid, Ben Zion, Ben Maza, Ben Yahu, Ben Elel, Ben Yamin, Ben Elizabeth, Bar ben Juli, Bar ben Nili, Yaakov ben Levana, Gili ben Orna, Divir ben Chagit, David Karo ben Gracia, Dor ben Iris, Dor ben Bacha, Dor ben Galit, Dor ben Vered, Dor ben Sharona, Doron bat Sarah, Dorin Atlas bat Tali, Don Sasi ben Shoshana, Daniel ben Inga, Daniela bat Ella, Dror ben Ella, Hila bat Margaret, Hirsch ben Rachel, Vivin bat Shoshana, Ziv ben Tamar, Chaya bat Sali, Tal ben Limor, Yachal ben Adi, Yuval Chaim ben Miriam, Yochai ben Ziva, Yonatan ben Miriam, Yonatan Chai ben Linda, Yosef ben Chana, Yoram ben Miriam, Yiftach ben Shoshana, Yitzhak, Isaac ben Zipporah, Yishai ben Talia, Lior ben Michal, Lotan ben Naomi, Liel ben Nardit, Liel bat Yonit, Lidor bet Bael, Lidor ben Gita, Lilach bat Rina, Liam bet Sarit, Moti ben Mazel, Mor ben Linda, Moria Or bat Sandra, Mayasham bat Karen, Michael ben Rachel, Maayan bat Racheli, Matan ben Miriam, Naor ben Livnat, Navon ben Merav, Noi bat Chava, Nava ben Adi, Noah bat Leah, Noah bat Liora, Noah bat Mali, Noam bat Hadas, Nachman ben Danit, Nitzan ben Vered, Nitzan ben Yishach, Nitzan bat Ronit, Noah bat Nichtzona, Noam ben Talia, Noam bat Sharon, Noam Liel ben Revital, Sa'an bat Sarah, Sa'an ben Sarah, Sachar ben Tamar, Stephen ben Irina, Strasa Tomer ben Orli, Sigal bat Ani, Sigal bat Esther, Stav bat Eti, Adi bat Ahuva, Adi bat Jacqueline, Adi Margalit bat Ilka, Eden bat Oren, Eden bat Aliza, Adi bat Shoshana, Omer bat ben Osnat, Omer ben Sheli, Omer ben Chagit, Omer ben Ra'aya, Ido ben Kochava, Edan ben Dalit, Edan ben Tamar, Enav ben Pnina, Amit bat Dana, Amit ben Limor, Inbal bat Yifat, Anir ben Shira, Karin bat Osnat Asya, Karen bat Luba, Kim bat Miri Pines, Keshet ben Natalia, Ram ben Tamar, Ram bat Mar, Romi bat Merav, Romi Ruchama bat Sarah, Ron bat Sigal, Roni bat Alexandra, Roni ben Birta, Roi ben Nitza, Rotam bat Ariela, Roz bat Daron, Rachel bat Polina, Rinat bat Mechula, Segev ben Galit, Shoham bat Rachel, Shoham ben Patzit, Shoshan ben Rina, Sachak ben Merav, Shinchav bat Rachel, Shaked bat Bela, Sharon ben Limor, Sharon bat Metuka, Sharon bat Ruti, Ta'ir bat Edna, Tomer ben Sigal, Tamar bat Yaira, Tiferet bat Sarasarit. It's a lot of names. And I pray, that the villains, the terrorists, the people who call themselves Hamas will quickly return these children, these parents, these brothers, these sisters, these grandparents and great-grandparents. And the thing that I find even more challenging is there are among them survivors of the Shoah. And I cannot imagine having survived the Shoah, having been, dealt as a child with Nazis to then deal with Hamas as seniors in the
the last days of one's life when you should be able to live in peace. And today I hear there was one mother and daughter who were returned. May that be the start of many, many more. And I will say one thing about the Parsha that I've gone back and forth with, but I'm going to go with it today, just for a moment. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Noah. Noah ish tzaddik b'dorotav, ish tzaddik tam b'dorotav, a perfect, righteous person in his generation. And we'll talk about, is that a positive or a negative to be called righteous in your generation? Is b'dorotav in your generation, is that up or down? We're not quite sure. So that's tomorrow. But it's interesting to me, that, in Arabic, Hamas means like the Islamic Resistance Front. It's an abbreviation. But the very strange, ironic thing in Hebrew, Hamas means violence. And in the Torah, in Bereshit and Noah, where we're talking about why does God decide to flood the world, God floods the world because of Hamas, because of violence in the world, and gratuitous violence, and unnecessary violence, and overwhelming violence, and God says, you know what, enough. We're going to erase Hamas off the face of the planet by flooding it. It's an interesting combination of the Parsha falling now with the situation, the matzav of this particular moment. But I want to look at another, end on a positive note, which is, what is the end of this, or part of this week's Parsha? But Noah looks to the sky and sees the rainbow. And we have a tradition in that when God put this rainbow in the sky, God said to Noah, this is the sign that I am never going to attempt to destroy humanity, asterisk, in this way, again. And that every time we see a rainbow in the sky, we have an opportunity to say a blessing, to give thanks to God for the beauty of the rainbow, and also to remind God of the covenant that God made with us. To say that God is is just and righteous, and don't forget. And what's particularly powerful here is, in the last few years that I've been here, I've seen more rainbows than I ever saw anywhere else in the rest of my life. I also saw more lightning and more thunder and more torrential rain. But we also have an awful lot of rainbows here. And if we take each moment that we see a rainbow, whether we say the traditional bracha, or whether we say the bracha of our heart, the blessing of our heart, it's hard to look at a rainbow and just ignore it. The rainbow is the whole spectrum of visible light. It is completeness in a way. And we have even here the double rainbow every once in a while, where you have not one, but two. And the other thing, I'd never seen before I came here was, I'd seen, a partial rainbow in the sky. I'd never seen from the ground to the ground, all the way across in my life until I came here. And so, in this space, in this place, in this city, as we see the rainbow, let us remember the covenant of peace, the Brit Shalom that God offered to Noah. And with our whole hearts, with our whole souls, let us pray that Brit of Shalom, that Brit of peace, can be shared with the entire world. Because holy moly, the world could use a little shalom right now. So we'll rise for the evening service. The Baruch Hu can be found on page 28.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך מבורך לעולם ועד. You may be seated. We'll read together. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe. Your word brings the evening dusk. You open with wisdom the gates of dawn, design the days with wondrous skill. Set out the succession of seasons and arrange the stars in the sky according to your will. Adonai Tzvaot, you create day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness away from light. Eternal God, your sovereignty shall forever embrace us. Praised are you, Adonai, for each evening's dusk. Page 29. Avat olam Beit Yisrael amchavta Torah mitzvot ukim mishpatim otanu imadatam Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shakveinu v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם היינו ואורך ימינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נקה יומם ולילה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תשים ממנו לעולם, אם ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Page 30. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כולו. יאהב שונא אלוהיך בכל ובכל. היו הדברים האלה שאנוכי. והיה משמעת שפתי אשר אנוכי מצאתכם. ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור דבר אל בני ישראל אמרת לכם לשום ציצית ציצית כנף תלת ציצית רתמתו אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תעתו אחרי לבכם עיניכם אשר אתם מכירים תזכרו ותהיו מכל שפתי ואתם שכבכים לכם אני לכם שהוצאתי אתם מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אדוני אלוהיכם אמת אמת ונחזרכם. Page 32. הלפר לנו מצרנו middle of the page. ומלכותו ורצו קיבלו עליהם משה בני ישראל הכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקעם לפני משה זה עליינו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי אדוני את יעקב וגלו ירזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Page 33. We'll read together the traditional prayer at the top. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, O gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all his people Israel, and over Jerusalem. So on page 34, we rise for Vishamru, and the Chatzi Kaddish. And then we take time for the Sabbath evening prayer, our personal prayer to the Holy One, giving thanks for this gift of Shabbat, page 35 to 40. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asor et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ואיני עובר בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבם, וילמד יפרח תרותי וימלך מלכותי, בחייך וביומך ובחיי כל בית ישראל. וגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר בשמם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתענל שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. אדוני שבתי תפתח ויגיד תהילתך. When you finished your personal prayer, Vaychulu is on page 47. Vaychulu hashamayim ve'aretz v'chol tzevam Vaychol Elohim b'yom hashvi'i melachto asher asa וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, האל העליון, קונה שמיים וארץ, מגן אבות מדברו, מחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי פעם רצה להניח להם, כי פעם רצה להניח לכם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמור בכל יום תמיד, מן הברכות אל ההודעות. אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג, זכר למעשה וראשין. At the top of page 48, we'll read in English together, Our God and God of our ancestors, find favor in our Shabbat rest, instill in us the holiness of your mitzvot,